Welcome to the NSIC Student Athlete Advisory Committee Spotlight. I'm your host, Nick Kornder, Assistant Commissioner for Media Relations at the NSIC. And this fall, we will spotlight an NSIC Fall Sports Student Athlete from each of our 16 institutions. And this week, we are joined by the University of Minnesota Crookston's Tristan Morneault. Tristan, welcome to the Spotlight.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me here.
All right. Well, let's start off you telling us a little bit about yourself.
Sweet. So, I'm a freshman at Crookston. I'm majoring in marketing and minoring in sports management. I'm from New Brunswick, Canada, so on the east coast of Canada, right next to Maine. I'm 18 years old, and my first language is French. So I just want to apologize to start with if my accent is a bit wrong or however it might be. But so yeah, that's Tristan Morneault for you.
All right. Well, again, welcome. You're our first French-speaking guest on the show, so you mark that down in your memoirs for that. So welcome. You're a freshman at Minnesota Crookston. You run men's cross country. You're also a member of the Student Athlete Advisory Committee. Tell us how you became involved and what initiatives you guys have had at Crookston this past fall.
Yeah, for sure. So, well, my coach, I guess, informed us that we had a committee that like this, and I just want to make an impact for our student athletes, and I think it was a great way to do so. So I got involved in this committee, and I think we've had three major, or I guess two major, and then we had a speaker coming in, and his name is Jackson Stone, or he's coming in this week. So we had the trunk or treat that we do every year, which is for Halloween, and then every team, or most of the teams, have a car, and then they decorate it for a Halloween theme, I guess. And then kids in town come in and we give out candies. But this year was a bit different obviously because of COVID, but we still made it a thing, and I think the kids enjoyed it, and we enjoyed it as well. And then we had our green bandana event, which is to promote mental health. And especially in these times, right, with COVID and stuff, it can be a lot tough on our mental health. And I think it was a great initiative from our committee, and it went very well this year.
So you obviously mentioned COVID. It's affected everyone differently. How has it most affected you as a student athlete, a freshman, your first time away, or going to college in a different country? How has it affected you as a student athlete?
Well, I was coming in my first year. I guess I was really excited to compete and really excited to meet everybody on the team and in my classes and stuff. I knew that class-wise it was going to be a bit different, but I expected coming in that we would still have a competition. Obviously that didn't happen, so I trained really hard all summer, probably felt the best I ever felt, and then I arrived here, and then I got the news that we were going to compete. So that was kind of sting in the butt, but it is what it is, right? We do what we can, and I still got the chance to meet all my teammates, practice a couple times. So overall, it wasn't horrible, but again, it is what it is, right? And we just try to make the best out of it.
Yeah, not what you're expecting coming in as a freshman. You mentioned a little bit, but with the cancellation of fall competition, give an update of what Crookston's cross-country team was up to this past fall. You mentioned a little bit, and then kind of what your training habits are for the spring semester.
Yeah, so I guess we were really fortunate that our coach is the head of athletic trainer. So Steven tried to make everything possible for us to get on the track as soon as possible, and he did a really good job doing so. But we had a couple of practices with the team. We didn't have a lot of hours, obviously, but we made the most out of it again. And we had a decent sized team, but most of them were seniors, so they didn't have they had the chance to opt out for the season, because since they're not going to be here next year, they didn't really train with us this year. So we were like 4 freshmen this year that we really bonded well together, and even though we didn't have practice every day, we still went on runs together. We did went to the gym a couple times together. So obviously with respecting the guidelines for COVID and stuff. But we try to just again make the most out of it, and even though we didn't have a season, we still had a good time, and we bonded well together. So
Excellent. As you mentioned, you grew up New Brunswick, Canada, out on the East Coast. What was it that drew you to the University of Minnesota Crookston?
Well, I think my coach. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I didn't really know the University of Minnesota Crookston was a place where I could study. But then my coach contacted me, and I really realized that with the small class environment and the small the close community that they have in Crookston is really something I was looking for. And once I got here, I realized I made the right choice, and I really don't regret it.
Excellent. I am also a graduate of Minnesota Crookston way back in 2000. So a lot of great things going on in Crookston. Everything you said were right on the spot with the small close-knit community, knowing everyone, the Whitman's Candy Shop, all the people in the town. So, and you got a lot more time there. You're only a freshman. You got a lot of running and academics ahead of you, but ultimately, what do you have planned as far as a major and what your goal in life is?
Right. So I'm majoring in marketing. So and minoring in sports management. So I think that I just want to make the most connections I can, make the most friendships I can, and try to really grow in that field. And my goal would be to work in sports. Obviously, I've been playing sports since I was a kid. I've been playing a lot of sports, so I love sports. I love being around the game. But in terms of competition, I guess for cross country, we are a brand new program, right? This is only a second year, so I think that we just want to grow and try to. Right now, we have a pretty strong core of 4 guys that are freshmen, and then, like I said, all of our other guys are not going to be there next year, unfortunately. But I think we have a nice group coming in, so just try to build on that and trying to build the program for the coming years. So, yeah.
So, any hidden talents or something people may not know about you? And we already know you speak French.
Yeah. So I speak French, but I guess my parents told me that when I cooked a lot when I was here, and then when I left, my parents were kind of disappointed because they couldn't redo or do the same dishes that I would do when I was here. So I think they got a bit jealous over that. So I think my hidden talent would be cooking.
Cooking. All right. Excellent.
Yeah.
Always a good trait to have, especially living in a college as a freshman. So, and you can use that obviously well down the road in life and everything. It is a great talent to have. All right. Are you ready for the rapid fire Q&A?
For sure. Let's go.
All right. Do you have any pre-race rituals?
Yeah. So I just do a little Superman pose, try to give me that confidence, and then just cheer up my teammates, right? A fist bump or whatever it is. All right, guys, let's go. Let's get this race, and we'll have a good one.
All right. So Superman pose, is that hands on the hips stand, or is it the hand? Okay, hands. Okay.
Yeah.
Your most used social media
app? TikTok.
All right. Well, first TikTok. All right. And you're one of the younger guests we've had. So, what's your favorite food?
So I don't think they have this, or maybe they do, but I don't think I saw it yet. But shepherd's pie. So it's potatoes and meat and then corn. So yeah, that's my go-to meal.
Oh, excellent. Who has influenced you the most in your short time at Minnesota Crookston?
I'd say my coach. He's been there for me since the start. He's really nice, really try to make everything possible for us. And I really appreciate what he's done for us.
You kind of mentioned how much you love sports earlier. If you didn't run cross country at Minnesota Crookston, what other sport do you think you'd compete in?
Well, I'm actually on the hockey team at Crookston, okay. So I think I would be on the hockey team.
Hockey team, excellent. Your favorite TV show?
Money Heist.
Favorite SAAC initiative?
Trunk or Treats.
Trunk or Treats. Favorite movie?
I would say I don't think it's a favorite movie, but like a favorite, just like all the Rocky movies. Sorry.
Rocky. Okay.
Yeah, all the Rocky movies.
Excellent. Rocky and Rocky 4 would be the top on my list with the Russian fighter and obviously the original.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Your best sports memory in which you were competing?
I think it, for me it would be last year. We won provincials, I guess, which is the equivalent of states here, or in the states, I guess. But yeah, last year was my senior year, and we won the provincials at cross country. So that would be definitely my most memorable sports memory.
All right, and hopefully many more to come up there at UMC. The last question for you is, what's the biggest thing you've learned after your first semester at Minnesota Crookston?
That to be patient, right? Especially with everything with COVID related. Just be patient. Things will fall into place, and you just gotta wait for your moment and keep pushing through, and everything will be fine.
That's great advice. We tell my kids all the time, be patient.
Yeah,
We're big Star Wars fans, so be patient, young Jedi, and they hate it, but it's true. I even got to sit back and tell myself sometimes, hey, just be patient and let it work itself out. So, Tristan, we appreciate you taking the time to join us today. That'll wrap up this week's NSIC Student Athlete Advisory Committee Spotlight. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next week.
sweet. Thanks for having me. It was a pleasure.